Like all day I had nurses coming in. My doctor came in at one point. They were encouraging me to get the epidural because my body was not relaxing, and I could feel that, obviously. They were putting me in all kinds of different positions to try to get her engaged. I was on the pregnancy ball. I was doing the peanut thing. I think I was either at the full 30. I think I was at the full 30 of Pitocin. And I finally was like, okay, I'll get the epidural. Got the epidural at, I think it was around lunchtime. So I had been laboring about 12 hours, and the idea was that that would make me relax and she would be able to engage, and you know, it would speed things along. That didn't happen. I got the epidural. They were monitoring my contractions. They were monitoring her. At some point, the Foley balloon came out. I was around 4 to 5 centimeters dilated. Around 5 o'clock that afternoon, my doctor came in because she was about to leave for the day, one, but also her heart rate kept dropping every time I would have a contraction. A C-section got brought up, and honey, I was so emotional after they started mentioning a C-section. I did not want to have a C-section. Nothing wrong with having a C-section. I just didn't want to have one. I really wanted to have a vaginal delivery. My doctor always just like keeps it straight with me, and she was like, I'm gonna sit here and watch her for a few contractions and see if we can get her to start acting right. She was not tolerating me being on either one of my sides, so they think that maybe she was like laying on, like her umbilical cord or something was getting compressed every time I would lay on my side, which made it difficult for, you know, me to like get in certain positions to like help engage her. Also failed to mention my epidural. Immediately after I got the epidural, they put me in this position I think I was on my left side. And when they went to move me from that position, I just kind of like grazed my chest right here with my hand and noticed that I could not feel it. And I was like really concerned. It went all the way up my back, like up above my scapula, and I was able to fully breathe and everything, which was fine, which was good. And that was like their main concern. And then at that point, I think my epidural had kind of like traveled, like shifted. And so like my left leg was completely like, there's no numbness on my left side whatsoever. And then my right side was more numb. The nurse talked to the anesthesiologist, and he suggested we just completely turn the epidural off, which we did. So then here come the contractions again. I'm still at a 30 on my Pitocin, and they were gnarly, I will say that. When my doctor was in there later that day, she was talking to me about a C-section, and she was like, look, I'm about to leave. You've got two options. Like, either she starts acting right now, or I'm taking you for a C-section now. And I was like, really? My nurse, being the rock star that she was, suggested that I sit up completely in the bed and like have my legs down and kind of like that, like my ankles together. And at this point, my doctor starts watching, obviously, her, and thank the Lord she started acting right. They kept calling her a diva all day. She started acting right, and my doctor was like, okay, so you want to keep going? And I was like, yes. And she was like, are you sure you could get me out of my spin class? I was like, I want to keep going. She was like, okay. And she told me the doctor that was on call, and the doctor that would most likely be, you know, delivering her, and talked to me again about how at, I think, 8 o'clock, I would be considered prolonged rupture. And so I'd have to get antibiotics, all the things. I got a little scared because I was still kind of concerned. I think I was only still at like a 5. I just didn't want to have a C-section, and so I just kind of got a little discouraged, and the whole day it had just been me and Steven. And every time the nurses said that they were going to let me relax, they actually didn't. Like, they would be like, okay, actually we're going to try this, and there would be some kind of other position or whatever that they wanted to get me in, which I'm super thankful because I didn't end up going into the next day. We're going to have to go to part 3. Okay.